Shalom, everyone. It's Out the Box Kingdom. Talk with me, Out the Box Kingdom. I hope you all are having a wonderful yum. I just wanted to come on here right quick because Yah has an amazing way of how to give you confirmation on your assignments, but also confirmation of His word. So yesterday, my mom was watching the news because I don't really watch the news like that, but my mom, when she does, sometimes I'll pay attention to what is being broadcast, right? And yesterday I happened to see something and it just gave me confirmation on the very thing that Yah has me to work on, which I'm not in that place of sharing. However, today, there was an announcement, when they tell the news and stuff like that about the weather, that apparently there's a drought going on all across, not just in the Carolinas, but also across the U.S. Now, automatically when I thought about that, it made me think of Eliyahu when Yah sent Eliyahu to give Ahab the warning about he was getting ready to shut up the Shemians and there will be no more rain in the land for a while. And we know what happens when there's no rain in the land. Things start to dry up. Crops in your land start to dry up, right? So, because at the same time, they have abused and used also the Arets for their wicked schemes and plans. Because even in scriptures, it says that we're not even supposed to be consistently plowing the Arets. The Arets is supposed to have their 7-year sabbatical, right? Of not plowing it. Okay. So now there's a drought going on, and this guy was talking about because of the drought and stuff like that, his nursery was going to suffer. And so automatically I began to think about the Deuteronomy 28 curses. We know that when there was rebellion, what happened when you rebel against Abba Yahuah, you will build things and you will not live in them. You will plant vineyards and you will not eat from them. Your land will become in drought. There will be barrenness and miscarriage in the land. But we know also too that Yah is a redeemer of Yashrael, right? And these same curses are falling upon those that Yah has placed under the ban. Now, y'all remember the other day I said something about the ban. When Yah told Yashrael, even in the book of Yahushua, about placing certain cities under the ban means that place did not have no favor with Yah. Okay? Now, we know that a certain country has gotten very boastful and said, I have done this, I have conquered this. They even resurrect little monuments to worship themselves, just like Nebuchadnezzar. Remember, Nebuchadnezzar got cut down to the stem, but that ain't gonna happen for, unfortunately, these people, because they're very prideful and boastful, right? They're gonna be completely destroyed and driven out the land. Okay. But what they fail to realize is, just like Yahushua told Pontius Pilate, the only reason why you're in your position is because my Father placed you there for His purpose. See, these people was allowed to do certain things because Yashrael rebelled against the Most High Yahuwah. However, the way they did it, He said, you dealt with my people treacherously, right? That was not part of Yah's plan. So now the same way you did my children is going to come upon you, your children's children, and your descendants. You know what I'm saying? Because they have used His word to do these things to His children. Now, the drought, the famine, there's going to be sicknesses. And see, even in the book of Yeshayahu, actually, in Deuteronomy, when he talks about the oppressors and stuff like that, look, Yah is getting ready to bring diseases and stuff in the land that they're not going to even have cures for. There's things that's getting ready to happen that's not even written. See, there's times in Yeshayahu that Yah said, forget the former things of old. But then there's sometimes He said, remember the former events. But he says he does not do things in secret, but we know they do things in secret. But see, they use platforms like this because they know that Yashriel be on here. And something we have to keep in mind, or I'm just going to put out there, Yashriel, sometimes we can be talking too much. It's not, like I said, it's not going to be about the bloodline. There is even a remnant within the bloodline, or should I say the seed of Abraham, that's only going to inherit the promise. It's not all Yashriel. Okay? Remember, even in the times of Exodus, when the time that Moshe was born, there was a lot of genocide going on. You know what I'm saying? Satan can only do what Yah allows him to do. So there's still going to be a lot of quote-unquote bloodlines of Abraham dying off because they are stiff-necked and rebellious. It's not about you wearing Yah's name. It's not about how much scripture you know, because you can still be a Pharisee. He knows those people that are worshiping him only with their lips, but their hearts are far from him. He already know. It's already written in his book. Satan got his book of people that he gonna take with him to hell. However, those obedient ones, the ones that don't talk too much, the ones that when he tells you to come on here and you give thus says Yahuah, you do what you're supposed to do and you get off. Let me speak to you right quick. As long as you are being obedient, you come on here and say thus says Yahuah. You do that. Do not be concerned by those people that Yah has had you to inbox to give them words of warning before destruction comes. And I'm talking about Yashriel, because there is still a lot of us on here that will sit on there and say, don't be trying to inbox me or do anything. And this is not being messy, but you have to be mindful when the Most High sends you, and Yah can use anyone to give you words of warning, encouragement, or even prophecy. This is where discernment. But when you to the point that your heart is so hardened that you saying you can't tell me nothing, that's you rejecting Yah. Okay? The instructions of Yah. And it's just like the rich man when he begged. The whole rich man and Lazarus situation. Can I go back and warn my people? He said, if the people won't listen to Moshe and my prophets, what makes you think if I send you back that they're going to listen to you? You see what I'm saying? Stiff neck. So, on that note, you just got to leave those people where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Pride comes before the fall. Right? As long as you said what you needed to say, like he told Jeremiah, who you speak to, say Yahuah, so people's blood won't be on your hands. And you have to keep it moving. If they don't accept you, dust your feet off and keep it moving. That's all you can do, because Yah is still separating the wheat from the tares, even amongst Yashriel, Judah, and then the engrafted ones. It's only going to be a few. But right now, Yah is saying, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what he's doing. Because Yah's getting ready to make them babblers, those diviners, those people that think they wise look foolish. See, Yah has had people to speak things with tickling ears, but Yah getting ready to do the complete opposite. Because see, they watch us and they're trying to read the books and try to get ahead of Yah, but you can't outsmart Yah. You cannot outsmart him. He created Lucifer. He created everything in the Arets. Everything is under his obedience. Okay? Whether great or bad. It's just more so making sure you are on his side. And you're being obedient and speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. That when, your hearts are clear. But Yah is in control of people's hearts. He can harden someone's heart like he did Pharaoh, or he can turn a heart to a heart of flesh. A person that wants to be obedient. And the ones that are going to be the remnants are the ones you least expect. But what I'm saying, there's things Yah said, forget the former things old, I'm doing a new thing. There's getting ready to be things in the Arets that's not even written. And it's going to be new to the ears. And what you see is all brand new. It's not even written. But the former is him saying, remember what I told the prophets of old. Y'all seeing these things come to pass, but these new things, Y'all never seen or heard, but it's surely going to come to pass very quickly. Shalom. So part 2 of what I was saying, that Yah is getting ready to do things that we ain't never seen before. It's not even written. You know what I'm saying? But when he speaks it, this is what I love about him. When he speaks it, it shall surely come to pass. That's why I said it's very important to not get so caught up on the confusion and the division that's still trying to take place here, even on this platform between, and it's definitely a ruach of error, deception. There's, it's just a lot of just nonsense stuff. It's a lot of pettiness and pride and stiff-necked things going on. But that's Yah's deal to take care of. Like I said, for those that Yah have called you to come on here to give words of encouragement, to come on here and teach, to be the watchman on the wall, to sound the alarm, as long as you've done what you're supposed to be doing, then that's your assignment. You dust your feet off and keep it moving. And like he told Jeremiah, who as long as you speak what you need to speak, that's not somebody's blood being on your hands. Where correction is due, you correct and chastise out of love, not to condemn, not to tear down someone, or not to create a stumbling block, and also not to cause that person to forsake this walk. Because what people fail to realize, unless you've gone through the furnace of affliction, where Yah did not purify you as silver, but to purify you as gold through the furnace of affliction, the things that's getting ready to come and take place in the Arets, if you have not gone through it, you ain't gonna make it. Because in the book of the Nazarene, it said that this walk is not for everybody. And it's not. You're gonna have to be mentally and spiritually strong. And like I said, Yah knows who these people are. He's been knowing it since he built you and formed you in your mother's womb. He knew what characteristics and everything and strength he placed in you. Samson, he told his mom, the messenger told her the instruction when it came to Samson, and Samson came out strong, right? And yes, Samson failed. He fell for the wrong woman. But when he realized his faults and he repented and turned back to Abba Yahuah, Yah not only let his hair grow back, but Yah gave him the strength to take his enemies out more than what he did when he was walking rebellious with Yah. Okay? So, the remnant, like I said, Yah knows who those 12,000 in each tribe is. And he's going to return their strength like the eagles. And it's not for them to become proper and boastful. It's for them to help their people get delivered. Those that want to be delivered. Now, we're going to have some people that are going to be like Lot's family. When Sodom and Gomorrah was getting ready to be destroyed, they sat there and they mocked Lot too as well. And Lot's wife, unfortunately, looked back. And she turned into a pillar of salt. Like I said, there's going to be times where you're going to have to leave people where they at. And they're going to get caught up in that crossfire, and they can't say that they was not warned. At that point, when that ruach leave their body or whatever, they got to stand before the righteous judge and the messengers and the cloud of witnesses that's going to witness against them. You was warned this many times, but you chose not to listen. But like I said, Yah is the one that's in control of the hearts of man. He can harden a person's heart, and Yah is doing this. Even though it says in scripture, he's going to turn his people right back to him, where we're going to operate in the ruach of obedience and in truth. But he still knows that there's going to still be a few, a remnant. So this is why people have to be mindful that you not becoming, just because you found out your Yashriel, that you haven't let that serpent come in and seep in, and now you're operating in a place of pride and arrogance. There's a difference of being humble and confident and knowing who you are versus pride and arrogance, because pride is how Satan is. I'm going to build this. You can't tell me nothing. And Yah's like, really? I can't tell you nothing, but watch me cut you down. Nebuchadnezzar, we seen how people became very boastful of themselves and what happened. Some of them survived and some of them did not. Yah gets to pick and choose between life and death of a person. We don't. But we do know what is written in the word. And we do know that amongst Yashriel, there's not going to be not a rebellious bone or soul amongst them. Yah is not playing with this Operation Clean House. But we know he's got to clear out the land too. And because of a certain place that a lot of us reside, they're getting ready to experience the curses now. Y'all been prosperous because I allowed y'all to be prosperous, not because y'all walking righteously with me. He said he would use foolish people to make Yashriel jealous. And he's done that. He has accomplished that. Because all we see is pretty privileged people. But those privileges is about to be stripped. You know what I'm saying? Completely. Where it's going to be to the point that the other people are not going to buy out of this country. It's since everything is written. This ain't no made up stuff, but however, there's a lot of stuff that's not written. And as Yah began to speak it, especially when he released his prophets, our prophetesses, because yes, he could use women to be mouthpieces as well. When they speak it, it's going to surely come to pass, and it's not going to be delayed. It's going to come like a speed of lightning, like a flood. Just like we see those end of time movies where the flood came, no man could prepare themselves for the flood that was coming to bring destruction in that place. They have their own ways of destruction, man-made destructions, but nah, Yah got his own. And man ain't gonna even see it coming. You know what I'm saying? So all this stuff is all this acting and we're invincible and all this, or that song they have now, they unstoppable. You are not unstoppable. And Yah has a certain group of people. You cannot buy them with silver and gold, and they come in with razor sharp teeth, and they gonna tear it up. No mercy whatsoever. But vengeance is Abba Yahuah's, not ours. And these people that's coming and doing what they gonna do to bring judgment in certain places is just repayment of what the treacherous acts they've done towards his children. And let us remind ourselves, Yashriel, is not for us to boast by the downfall of our enemies. Okay? Because that same judgment can come upon us. We are not supposed to boast. But however, Yah is more like, don't believe me, just watch. Sit back and watch what I'm getting ready to do. And we have to be in a place, another reminder. Make sure you're not being a Martha, but make sure you're being a Miriam. Martha thought she was doing what she was supposed to do by staying busy and productive, but she was missing out. And she thought her asking Yahusha to correct her sister, she's supposed to be helping me. He said, no, she's in the best place. Sometimes you're trying to figure out why your stuff not selling or all this. It's just like you're not motivated. And it's because Yah is calling you in that place of sitting at his feet so he can show you some things that's getting ready to occur. And no, he's not going to give you permission to come on here and share it, because like I said, there's things that's watching, and he's going to teach Yashriel not to talk too much, not to reveal too much, but to keep it amongst yourselves and those I want you to share with, because somebody else got the other piece of the puzzle, or should I say prophecy, that's getting ready to take place. But sit back and watch. But however, there will be a time when y'all say, okay, now it's time to release this word, because I'm getting ready to have it surely come to pass. Okay? So on that note, stay in that quiet place. Don't try to force things where it seems like things ain't working out for you, because Yah knows what he's doing. He's working behind the scene. He may seem like he's quiet. He may seem like he's distant from you right now, but he's very near. He just says, sit still, sit put. Just sit put and see what I'm getting ready to do. And when it comes in, it's gonna come in like a force, and it's gonna shift the very trajectory of things that's been happening into the Arets, because the Arets even been crying out to the Most High of the wickedness that has occurred in this land okay, across the Goyams. So on that note, y'all be Baruch as always. All right, Baruch Shalom.